What's going on, everyone? Alex, the two-way penciler here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be sort of a rehashing or revival of my YouTube channel. It's been quite a while since I posted anything. I want to say it's been at least a year, a little under a year since my last video, and that video was the one where I demonstrated how I do comic book style inking in Photoshop. It's the one where I use my Resident Evil 2 collage as a kind of reference or as a model. Recent life events that I've experienced have kind of pushed me in the direction of wanting to sort of rehash or revive this channel. This channel is mainly for my artwork. However, I have decided that since I'm gonna be reviving it, I'm gonna be going ahead and probably branch out into, talking about, just things that interest me, besides artwork. Because I mean, like other people, we all have more than one hobby or more than one interest. So I'm gonna be dabbling in that. I'll just basically be throwing things at the wall, just seeing what sticks, seeing what people like, what they don't like, and hopefully I'm gonna be putting more effort into this channel. As I said, this was all triggered by, like I said, recent life events that I experienced. So I reached out to an acquaintance of mine. I'm gonna keep him anonymous because I don't know if he wants to be mentioned in this video, so out of respect. And I spoke to him and he gave me some really good solid advice, and I'm gonna go ahead and just run with it and just do what I can with it. As I said, I'm reviving this channel. That's one of the things I'm doing, and another thing I'd like to do is sell my artwork, whether it be in the form of selling prints or doing commissions, that sort of thing. I've already had two people come into contact with me at least twice through DeviantArt, asking if I do commissions or if I do what is it called, requests. And at the time I said no, because art for me is just, up to this point, it's really been a hobby. It's just something I want to do to enjoy, and I don't think I'd enjoy it as much as I do now if I were drawing stuff that I didn't enjoy drawing. But I kind of changed that. So like I said, I want to start doing commissions. I want to start selling prints, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing that to kind of revitalize the channel. Another thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be trying to post more often, not only on my YouTube channel but as well as on my Instagram. On my YouTube channel, I'm gonna plan on uploading at least one video every 2 weeks, which amounts to 2 videos a month. On my Instagram channel, if you guys haven't noticed, the @ is gonna be my Instagram handle is on the bottom right. It's a 2A_penciler87. I don't really post as often as I did when I first started the account, which I started years back. When I first started, I would post recurrently. I would post a lot, but now I haven't been posting as much as I used to. But I'm gonna change that for my Instagram channel. I'm gonna be posting at least once a month, or excuse me, once a week. And I'm gonna try to post on the same day. If possible, I'll post more often, but that's my goal for my Instagram: once a week, the same day. On my YouTube channel, once every 2 weeks, on the same day as well. So for this video, it's basically, I'm just letting you guys know I'm rehashing it, reviving it. And one of the things I'm going to be doing for this video to kind of move that along is I'm going to be reintroducing myself. I'm going to talk to you guys about my other hobbies that I enjoy besides artwork. As I said, we all have multiple interests. Yeah, so with that being said, let me go ahead and reintroduce myself. My name is Alex. I go by the two-way penciler, not only on my Instagram but on my YouTube as well. The penciler part of the name stems from the fact that the majority of my artwork, since I first started getting really into drawing, is mostly pencil work. However, I have been dabbling for the past 2 or 3 years in digital coloring, you know, Photoshop, painting, that sort of thing, not only to color my own work but also to, you know, do digital paintings from scratch. I've been really inspired by artists that do digital work. Some of my favorite digital artists are people like Dandan Fuga, Logan Cure. Sakimi-chan does some pretty cool stuff too, but her recent stuff I haven't been really too into it because she's mostly been doing like I guess erotic, you know, comic book panels, stuff like that, which I'm not hating on her for. It's, you know, I don't dislike it. It's just not really what I want to, not the sort of thing I want to be doing when it comes to digital painting. I want to be doing more pin-up sort of stuff. I do like, you know, painting male and female, but I like doing drawing and painting the female figure more. The two-way part of my name stems from the Second Amendment of the United States. I'm a big supporter and advocate for that. I firmly believe that every U.S. citizen should exercise their right to own and carry firearms, you know, to protect themselves. And not only that, it's a really cool hobby. I love guns. I love the way they function, you know, how they work, how they're engineered, how they shoot, how they look. I love drawing guns too. One of my favorite things to draw is females with guns, particularly Lara Croft. You know, I like doing artwork of her. You know, she's a gun-toting female, a Tomb Raider. So yeah, that's me, the two-way penciler. I've been drawing since I was a kid, but I didn't get into it, not professionally, but seriously until like maybe 10 years ago, when I started looking up video tutorials on YouTube and, you know, subscribing to artists to, you know, learn how to draw. So ever since then I've been doing it. One of my other hobbies that I really enjoy, that I've been doing since I was a kid as well, is video games. I really enjoy video games. I've been playing video games since a kid. Some of my favorite titles I actually have right here. One of them is Parasite Eve. This is an old school PlayStation 1 game. So like Resident Evil, the original trilogy. This is Resident Evil 2. I still have my old copy from when I was 10 years old. I also like the more modern stuff like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite franchises as well. I'm really into Ezio's storyline. He's my favorite assassin. We also got Ghost of Tsushima, which is another one of my favorite video games. I'm actually anticipating Ghost of Yote. I got that on pre-order. Stellar Blade, which I have not started playing yet. I know it's been out for like a year at least, but I haven't started playing this one. So yeah, I've been, like I said, video games are another one of my hobbies. I love video games, mostly retro games, but I do play, you know, the newer modern stuff. Oh, and I got a couple more retro games here. Super Nintendo game. I got Final Fight 3. I really love the Final Fight franchise. Part 3 is probably my favorite one. And I also got I got a couple right here. Maximum Carnage is another one I really love. It's super hard, but it's a really cool game. I used to rent this game all the time when I was a kid from the video stores. Another one of my hobbies that I really enjoy is comic books. I love reading comic books. When it comes to Marvel and DC, I stick mostly to the older stuff. I don't really read any of the newer issues. I mostly read Image Comics, particularly the Spawn universe. I actually got, you know, some Spawn comics right here. I really love Gunslinger. I think I started reading Gunslinger Spawn fairly recently, and I've always loved the original Spawn, Al Simmons. However, ever since reading Gunslinger, I feel, you know, the Gunslinger Spawn hobby is he's probably my new favorite gunslinger. My new favorite Spawn, because of the fact that he's a gunslinger. He comes from the old west, and I'm really into like the old westerns, the spaghetti western films like Clint Eastwood, that sort of thing. So he's probably my new favorite Spawn. I also have some Scorched right here. This one has a She-Spawn. She-Spawn is actually another pretty cool comic book character. So I love stuff like that. And I also picked this one up. This is like a really big, like an omnibus of the Lara Croft comic books. I'm a really big Tomb Raider fan. As I said earlier, I love drawing her. She's a really fun character to draw. And I saw this on Amazon. I had to buy it. It's a pretty big, compared to the size of my head, it's a pretty big omnibus series. This one cost me about $100. I just recently picked this up. So yeah, Spawn, that's my main thing for comic books. I also love Red Sonja. Red Sonja is one of my favorite characters. I actually love drawing her. She's really cool to draw as well. And I'm also into Eric July's Rippaverse. I've been getting, for the most part, all of the comics he's been releasing. Right here I have The Horseman, which it's been out for a while too, and I have not read it. You know, I admit I put a lot of time into my drawing that most of the time I won't put any into reading, but I'm gonna get to this. I also have there's a Yaira number 2. I pre-ordered Yaira number 3, so waiting on that. And yeah, that's comic books. I love comic books. Spawn and Venom are probably my 2 favorite comic book characters, which actually right here I actually have the Venom omnibus. This is volume 2. I have both, or I have all 3 volumes of these. It's volume 1, 2, and 3. It's basically I think it's every comic book that's Venom has made an appearance in, but I'm currently reading volume 2. I already went through volume 1. After that, I'm gonna read volume 3. But yeah, Spawn and Venom, specifically the Eddie Brock version of Venom, those are my 2 favorite comic book characters of all time. My favorite comic book superhero since I was a kid has always been Spider-Man, but as for comic book characters, Venom and yeah, Spawn. So yeah, so I like drawing, comic books, video games, guns. Like I said, I like shooting. I also like reading. I'll read anything from, you know, fiction to non-fiction. I really like biographical books, you know, biographies on certain historical figures. I'm actually a bit of a history buff. I love learning about history. Like I said, I love fiction, and actually right here I'm reading these 2 fiction. This is Assassin's Creed Forsaken. This is basically a written version of Assassin's Creed 3. We got Connor right there on the cover. And then I haven't started reading this one yet, but this is the book on Resident Evil Code Veronica. I've read all of the ones before this one, and they're actually really good. These are by S.D. Perry. The way these are written, they're about 250 pages each book. I really like these because they're really well written, and honestly, in my opinion, they could make a movie or a series out of just the books themselves because of how well written they are. So yeah, I like I said, fiction. I also like non-fiction, like I said, historical as well as history. This is the book The 5 Families by Selwyn Rabb. This is just about the 5 mafia families in New York, how they started out, how they rose, and their downfall. Anything to do with mobs, you know, the mafia, or, you know, just U.S. history. I'm a big fan of that. I love reading that sort of thing. So yeah, that's another one of my hobbies. Movies. I love movies as well. So I don't have any movies around me right now that I could show you guys, but some of my favorite films are The Godfather, Scarface, the original Dawn of the Dead from 1978. what is it, Ninja Assassin. That's just a couple that I can name off of the top of my head. Grandma's Boy, that's a comedy. I like comedies, but not as much as like I like action movies or horror, that sort of thing, or dramas. I love drama movies, like I said, like The Godfather and Scarface. Public Enemy with Johnny Depp, that's another one of my personal favorites. Yeah, so I'm also a movie buff, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, that's just me in a nutshell. Those are my hobbies. That's what I like to do. Yeah. So this is gonna be kind of a part one. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I really don't have any more to say about myself. A part two of this is where I'm basically going to be, you know, just giving you a quick rundown of my workspace, of, you know, where I do my actual artwork. This area right here where I'm sitting is where I do my digital paintings, where I color my pencil drawings in Photoshop. I got my screen right here in front of me, and then I got my keyboard right here, my Wacom drawing pad. So like I said, the second part of this video, I don't want to make it too long. It's already getting long enough. I'm just going to be roughly going around and just showing you that space, and then I'm going to show you guys around a little bit around my my physical drawing space where I actually do my pencil work. It's not really, you know, a big thing, but like I said, I don't want to make this too long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have made it up to this point, I don't know if this was boring at all, but if it was boring, I'm really sorry. It was just a quick reintroduction of myself. Like I said, I'm rehashing my channel. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with my deadlines. If there are any certain videos you guys want me to do concerning art, like any sort of tutorials, you know, I'm always open to reading about it, and if it's something I think I can tackle, something I think I can demonstrate and show you guys how to do, I'll go ahead and do that. I'm always open to any suggestions. You guys are my audience. I wouldn't, you know, be doing this if I didn't have an audience. Well, obviously, you know, I don't have a big audience, because, you know, but hopefully I'll be able to change that. So yeah, with all that being said, again, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs down. Please remember to share it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe so you can, you know, see new videos. Blast the little bell icon to get notifications of when I upload any new stuff. With all that being said, remember to keep drawing, keep painting, you know, keep doing what you do, keep creating, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching, and you all take care now. Bye bye.